What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Goshen's Games, and today we're doing a review on this controller, the wireless controller from, and I just pushed the button to turn on my Switch, the wireless controller from PowerA. This is their new Graffiti line, and this is the Pikachu Pokemon version. There is a Pikachu and Mewtwo version that actually looks really nice as well. And so big shout out to PowerA for sending me this to check out for them and do a review. So I just want to say really quick, my kids love this. My kids absolutely love it. The minute they saw this, they're like, oh my god, it's Pikachu. They loved it. They loved it. They loved it. So me personally, I've been using the wireless controllers from PowerA for about a year now, even before they even sent me this one. I have a Link one. It's like all green with like a silhouette of Link that's black, and I've been using that for a year. Well, it will be a year Black Friday, so a year, and I'm really impressed with this controller. First of all, the build quality is fantastic. Like, I've accidentally dropped my wireless one. Not this one. I've actually accidentally dropped the Link one. So a few times. So it goes without saying that the build quality is actually made really well. Now I do want to say that it feels nice, but it does feel a little bit bulky in comparison to, say, their wired one. Their wired one's actually a little bit smaller, so it feels a little bit bulky in regards to that. But I guess the biggest test for this was letting my daughter play it. Now, see, this is the green one that I have that I've been using for a year. So the biggest test was letting my daughter play this because she has smaller hands than I do, so it doesn't really bother me as much. But my daughter, she's 8. The controller, like, she handles it, and she handles it very well with all things considered, her having smaller hands and whatnot. So that's the biggest test, is how a child would hold a controller. Now obviously I'm not gonna have her on live on camera and stuff like that, because I don't want her to be on the camera. So it passes the child test, in my opinion, and I think that's one of the biggest things, because let's be honest, the Nintendo Switch is a family console. So because it's a family console, you're gonna have children playing and stuff like that. Now, one of the reasons why I recommend getting external controllers anyways is because the Nintendo Switch, as we know, has Joy-Con drift issues. So because it has Joy-Con drifting issues, you want to prolong the lifespan of your Joy-Cons. So in order to do that, you get an external controller. This is a good way to do that. So you get, your external controller. It's wireless. It has a really good range. No joke. My Switch right now is in another room across the house. I can go ahead and turn it on, and it'll reach, like right there. It reached. Like I said, the range is really fantastic. Also, something to note is that the wireless controller, I'll tell you, let's go over some of the features. So it connects through Bluetooth 5.0. It features motion controls and mappable advanced gaming buttons, which are on the back right here. You can actually map them out if you want to. The motion controls, they don't work on every game. So obviously, like, you're not gonna be using. You know what? To be honest, I didn't test this on Pokemon Go, but I don't think it'll work so well on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, not Pokemon Go. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I don't see it working so well on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but it does work for like Mario Kart and stuff to like steer. But I wouldn't recommend using it that way for me, only because like I'm so used to using the joysticks themselves. So that's up to you. It's an ergonomic controller with standard button layout and Pikachu Graffiti design. As you can see, the Pikachu Graffiti design. Yeah, standard button layout, and it feels nice. I guess one of the only complaints I have is the joysticks are small. Like, they're about the same size as the Joy-Cons are, the control sticks. But when you compare it to their wired controllers, the wired controllers joysticks are bigger and they feel better. So like these joysticks, I don't know, like I feel like I don't slip as much with these, especially when playing a game like Mario Kart, for example. I'm not saying that I slide around like and miss the controller or the joystick because of Mario Kart, but it just feels better on the wired controller as far as the joysticks go. But for smaller hands like my daughter's, they're just fine. Now, speaking of Mario Kart, that's how I test these controllers, or like all the controllers. I play Mario Kart because I need to be responsive with Mario Kart, and I need to make sure the joysticks are moving like they should be moving. Where a game like Smash Brothers, you're going really fast, and it's more like a rugged test on Smash Brothers than anything else. And I don't feel like I need to test out how rugged the controllers are, because they feel like they're pretty rugged anyways. So for me, it's mostly how well they react to what I need them to do. And there's no latency. Like, I don't feel any latency between the buttons that I push and the actions that happen on the screen. So big props on that one. They did a good job. And you know what, with technology as it is today, I would expect there to be very, very little to no latency anyways. If there was any sort of latency within the controller, then we'd have a big problem. It's an officially licensed Nintendo and Pokemon Company controller, so that's always a plus. And you get a 2-year warranty from PowerA. You register through them and keep your receipt, or I think there's a spot to put your receipt, like where you bought it from and stuff like that. So 2-year warranty is fantastic. And as you guys know, I have had to do a warranty swap or warranty claim, and the customer service was absolutely fantastic, and I will continuously praise them for having fantastic customer service. Now, there's a little button there. What is that? Is that for motion? Is that an actual button, or what is that? Hold on. I didn't notice that before. That's not a button. That's a light. Okay, sorry. I just saw something right here, and I was like, what is that? So, like I said, fantastic controller. Now, they do have the controllers in different types. It's not just the Pikachu and the Mewtwo controllers. Like I said, there's the Link one that I have here, and a whole bunch of different ones. I honestly, I feel like they have a controller for everybody, you know? Like, if you're looking for a specific one, they have it for you. You have it in the Pokemon aspect. You have it in a Pikachu Gold. Ooh, that one looks nice. They also just released their Pokemon Sword and Shield lineup as well. So you have a blue one for Shield, or I'm sorry, blue one for Sword. It's like a blue and green aesthetic, and there's the red and pinkish kind of hue for Shield. They also have one for each of the starters, which the Score Bunny one looks freaking badass and tight. So yeah, really impressed on that. That Pikachu one looks nice though. That gold Pikachu, ooh, that looks nice. Besides the Pokemon ones, they have a Zelda one that is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And PowerA, if you're watching this, you want to send me, my birthday's coming up, by the way. If you want to send me a birthday present, that would be it. Okay, the one I'm talking about is a satin chrome Link controller that is gorgeous. It's like a gold trim, and in the middle it has Link from Breath of the Wild shooting a bow and arrow. Oh man, it looks great. But all of these are fantastic controllers. The battery life lasts up to about 30 hours, so it says. I feel like that is really subject more so to the batteries themselves. I actually did a test a long time ago as to which battery lasts the longest, and it turned out that the Energizers lasted the longest in the tests that I did, with Duracell being like slightly underneath it. But it really depends on the batteries, because like I have a whole ton of batteries on my desk here. Like, no joke, I have them sitting here because how many controllers I use. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, just a whole bunch of batteries just sitting here. And I wish that it had rechargeable, but the fact that it is removable batteries, I feel like helps with the longevity of the controller. Because an example here is my PS4 controller. This controller, while the controller itself is fine, the battery life is like non-existent at this point. I've had that controller forever. So with that being said, having removable batteries does help for the longevity of controllers. Either way, though, this is a fantastic controller. Like I said, I've been using it for a year. It's a fantastic controller. I guess the only complaint I would have is the button, or not the button, but the D-pad. I wish the D-pad was more like their fight style D-pad, because they do have a controller for fighting games. And so I wish the D-pad was more like that controller, just so you kind of have like the best of both worlds. So if you're playing a fighting game, you can use that. That's the only complaint I have. But other than that, it's still a fantastic controller. Everything is very responsive, and you get a lot of feedback. Now, it does not have rumble. There's no rumble. I don't know if that's something that they're working on, but there's no HD rumble. And I know a lot of people that want the HD rumble on their controllers. That's not something that they have. So just a little FYI there. But besides that, for I think it's $50. Yeah, for $49.99. It's a fantastic controller. I did get this controller on Black Friday sales, so they might have the older controllers on sale like they did last year. When I bought this, it was $15. So it's a $50 controller. I got it for $15 on Black Friday because it's an older controller. But either way, still fantastic controllers. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you so much, PowerA, for sending me these controllers. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to review this one next. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.